Hi guys, this is R.A. Sweeney here to talk to you about another passage from the book Praying with the Former Prophets as part of the Praying with the Bible series. Today I wanted to talk about a passage early on in 1 Kings in chapter 2 that I feel like is really interesting. So during David's life, he had racked up quite a few people that he didn't really like, but he didn't really want to make moves on them because it wouldn't be okay to do. So on his deathbed, he kind of just gave the list to his son, who's supposed to be like the righteous king that he could never be. He's like, hey, all these people are jerks. Make sure you kill all of them. So that's kind of the beginning of Solomon's reign. We don't really talk about that a whole lot, but not a good start to Solomon's reign is just murdering all of David's political enemies. But in chapter 2, we see Solomon's going after Joab, who was the leader of David's army, had done some things that David really didn't like. And so after David dies, he has Solomon, go kill Joab. So Joab finds out that Solomon's coming to kill him, and he runs to the temple of God for sanctuary. And it's interesting because Solomon just goes in and drags him out and murders him, which I feel like to us would be like, that's not okay to do. Like, you don't drag people out of a sanctuary. That's kind of become a thing in for hundreds of years, that if you go into a church, you have sanctuary there. But actually quote from in the Torah, where God specifically says, like, if somebody murdered someone in cold blood, if they're, a murderer, they lied in wait, lied in wait, they were lying in wait and they murdered this person. Like, I don't care if they're holding on to the Ark of the Covenant itself. You drag them out and you execute justice on them, which I feel like fits because God is a God of justice. Like, he will not leave the guilty unpunished. And people who premeditated murder people can't just come in here and be like, well, I'm safe now. I talk about it being kind of like getting to home base and yelling, ollie, ollie, oxen free. It doesn't work like that because God is a God of justice. So Joab going to the temple looking for sanctuary for unrepentant murder doesn't work. And I feel like, how often do we come to God in prayer asking for things that aren't in keeping with who he is? How often do we say, God, I've been making bad choices. Don't punish me for them. God, I don't want to change. I want to keep doing bad things. Make those things prosperous. And it doesn't work because that's not who God is. When we go to God, we can't expect him to contradict his character. We should be going to God asking for him to uphold his character and to make us more like him. So that's what I wrote about for this passage. Hope it's a blessing. Thanks, everyone.